All praise to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Racha Kodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of great milestone that will well and labor in the word and doctrine. Shalom, meaning peace. May that be unto the elect of the nation of Israel. I want to come with a real, again, brief, quick hit on, are you Muslim? Something like that. I'll call it that. So, Leviticus 11 and 7, it says, and this is dealing with the beasts which you're allowed to eat and the beasts which you're not allowed to eat. Now, a pig itself, isn't wicked. If you touch a living pig, that's not sin. But if you touch the carcass, meaning the dead body, then, it's unclean. Then it's, a sin unto you. Right, so look, and apparently, speaking of Islam, apparently they're not allowed to touch it as well. I've not validated that. But if they're not allowed to touch it, guess where that came from? The same place they got this from. The idea of not being able to eat it. But in Islam you're allowed to eat a camel. Whereas in Leviticus it tells you can't eat a camel. Okay. So maybe it might be in here actually, hold on. Right, it's not jumping out. So just go ahead. Verse 7. And the swine, they divide the hoof. Because it tells you, well, if it does this, then it's clean. If it does this, then it's unclean. Well, a divided hoof, is a characteristic, and being cloven-footed is a characteristic of a clean animal. So it says, and the swine, they divide the hoof, and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean unto you. Right, so a swine, a pig, pork, ham, pepperoni, chorizo. There are so many different names for the same dirty thing, but it's all unclean unto you. Verse 8, of their flesh shall you not eat, right, so you can't eat it, and their carcass shall you not touch, so you can't even touch it, right? What does it say? And their carcass shall you not touch, they are unclean to you. Alright? So the why I'm going into this is somewhat not popped off, but someone came up at work. Someone said, Moses, Mashah, and my government name is Moses. I said, Moses, do you pork, ham? I was like, no. And he said, oh, is it haram for you? And I just said, yeah. And then another guy goes, oh, you Muslim? I said, no, it's Holy Bible. And he was like, oh, very good. But anyway, the use of the word haram, or rather haram, we're going to look at. So this is the Strong's H2763, haram. In fact, he'll even say it correctly.
Strong's H2763, haram.
Right, so it's haram. Right, I thought he would say it correctly. Because the vowel points there. Now, he doesn't say everything correctly. So you have to be careful. Because he'll add different vowels in that we don't believe whether in the original Hebrew. Right, but if it's an ah and an ah, or an ah and an I, if he's got that correct, then certain times, a broken clock is correct twice a day, as they say. That's all that is. So it says to ban. Right now in Islam, they'll say, right, are you allowed to eat that? No, it's haram. Like he said, do you eat pork? And I was like, no. He said, is it haram? Right, so is it haram? Is it banned? Yeah, it's banned. Right. Now, the job, you're not meant to go in and start, bringing it, when you go here, you're not start to start preaching. It's not camp. You've got to do your secular work. Little questions. You answer how you see fit. I can't tell you exactly what the scenario as well, depending on, there's many factors in it. But for the most part, you're not going to bring this stuff up. But if someone asks you, do you eat pork? You're not going to say, yeah, I eat pork. Right? So to ban, devote, anyway. To ban, devote, destroy utterly, completely destroy, dedicate for destruction, exterminate, like you had them little things, Daleks of Doctor Who. Haram. It says to prohibit, for common use, ban, to consecrate, devote, dedicate for destruction, to exterminate, completely destroy, to be put under the ban, right? So Muslims will say, no, I'm forbidden. Yeah, I've put that under the ban. So what's the whole point of getting into this? Right, you're going to find out any little bits of truth that are in Islam came from this, came from the Holy Scriptures. All right? Why do they have the woman in order? You know? And I'll praise Ishmael any day of the week for that. You know, him, and probably second runner-up is Elam. Yeah, for the non-simping heathens, you know. All right, 1 Corinthians 11:3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Hamashiach, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Hamashiach is Yahawah. Right, so the head of Yahawashi is Yahawah, the head of man is Yahawashi, the head of woman is man. Right, and then it goes on. Every man praying or prophesying having his head covered dishonoureth his head, but every woman that prayeth or prophesieth with her head uncovered dishonoureth her head, for that is even all one, as if she was shaven. Yeah, so it's like she's bald headed. Yeah, you had that old controversy with that, and that's a curse. Yeah, especially on you Jake women talking of the Southern Kingdom. Yeah, not having rather than well set hair baldness. Yeah, why is that? Because you stiff neck with your wanton eyes, and wicked as fuck. Yeah, so the Lord took your hair. But anyway, yeah, that is a custom. They'll have the hijab, but that's a custom that they got from the scriptures again. You know, a lot of the Arabians actually go back to Ishmael. You know, some of them go back because Arab just means mixed, right? Arab or Arab just means mixed, which you can't be mixed. You know, you're not defined by that. You know, you have a father, you have a nation, right? But that's just a general term. I think the Bible also speaks of a mingled people. I put mingled peopled. Mingled people. Yeah, there you are. Jeremiah 25:24. And all the kings of Arabia, all the kings of the mingled people that dwell in the desert. If I'm not mistaken, that word mingled. Right, so you'll see, right, Arabia is Arab. Fuck. Right, Arab. So it says that there. Then you go and click down on mingled. It's the same word, Arab. And evening, night, sunset, even, sunset, night. You say, what? The night people? Well, no, it's talking about when the sun mingles with the darkness. You know, the light and dark mingle together. Right, but really they would have a father and a nationality. What else? So they don't eat pork because of the scripture. Yeah, they'll say it's because of the Quran. Yeah, the any truth, like I said, any truth that is in the Quran, yeah, ultimately came from this. And if they are the Ishmaelites, you know, who's Ishmael's father? Abraham. You know, and there was many different nations that came out of Abraham. You know, and Abraham was called, or Abram was once called a Hebrew, right? Ibaria, because he was a descendant of the man Eber. So you have Hebrew Ishmaelites, you know, Hebrew Edomites, all different nations that came out of Abraham. Well, no, nations that came out of Eber, yeah, but chiefly them that came out of Abraham got a lot of the customs passed down as well. So there's customs, which also goes into, it backs up the point the elder apostle Ariamlab made recently. You know, the laws were always there. You had the custom and oral tradition. It wasn't necessarily penned, because they'll say, oh, the Epic of Gilgamesh. And all these various books had, you know, codified laws that the Bible quote unquote plagiarized. But watch that video. gmsinfo.channel 12. The laws were always there. The Lord will now put it in the description. Yeah, but that was just a quick one. Yeah, where does the word haram come from? You know, or haram comes from haram. You know, everything that they're doing right, it's because of the scripture, right?